Hello everyone, my name is Thor, and welcome back to Anthropology. Alright, thank you for joining me in today's video. If this is your first time, welcome. I hope you enjoy your stay. On this channel, I talk all about things fashion related, mindful consumption, handbags, roasting the occasional expensive thing, and just trying to understand how we can shop better. So if that sounds like something you're interested in and you're not already subscribed, please do so now. Like this video if you want to. Turn on the notification bell to be notified when I post, which is every Monday and Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific. If you're a returning subscriber, returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I hope you enjoyed this one as well. So in today's video, we're doing something that is based off of a question from one of my subscribers, a fellow content creator on here, Mary, over at Lumi Level Up. She posed the question in my handbag collection video as to why I don't have any Louis Vuitton bags. Louis Vuitton is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, luxury fashion brand that we have in the world. It definitely is people's starter. It's definitely people's finisher. Everybody knows about it. Everybody has at least probably something from it if you are interested in luxury goods. I just never really found a Louis Vuitton bag that I wanted to buy. It was just, I never really found one that I wanted. There was the Alma BB in the monogram canvas that I was eyeing for a while when it was around 1,500 Canadian. Now it's skyrocketed well into the 2,500. So, you know, that one's no longer worth it for me. But there are a few reasons that I noted down when I was trying to think, why don't I own any Louis Vuitton bags? Like, what is the reason why I don't own any bags? And we're gonna get into it today. So if you're interested, keep watching. All right, so the first reason I would say as to why I don't own any Louis Vuitton bags is the logomania of it all. Louis Vuitton bags are obviously known for the monogram canvas. They're known for their damier canvas, which is like the little squares. So there's like three main canvas types that you can pull from. It's very noticeable. It's very, if you see it, you immediately know that it's Louis Vuitton. I never really was drawn to the Louis Vuitton canvas. I'm not a huge logomania person to begin with. I much prefer to be more low-key, to, you know, be a little bit more understated, which is why I was never really drawn to purchasing Louis Vuitton canvas pieces. However, you know, there is a caveat to that. It's not like a solid rule. So I do have these two pieces here. This is a Louis Vuitton 6-ring key holder. This was actually a gift from my mom. This one is vintage, so she got it over like 20 something years ago, and now it's mine and I use it, so I didn't buy this one, but I do have it. The other one is this mirror in the multicolor sort of print. I've shown this before briefly. It has just this metal mirror. Don't want to show too much, but yeah, basically it's this metal mirror, and on the back it has this colorway, which I think is like really pretty. I got this one as a present last year, it was probably last year, from my partner. I'd always wanted a piece of the multicolor collection, the Murakami collection from LV. Obviously it's been discontinued now, so you can only get it pre-loved, but I didn't want a bag version of it because it was just too loud, it was too much. But this little mirror is perfect. I hate to say it, but I don't use the mirror. I really thought I would, like carrying it around in my bag, being like, oh, look at me, but I don't do that. I don't look at my face when I'm out. So that's the first reason. The second one is that they are heavily counterfeited. The Louis Vuitton monogram pieces are probably the most counterfeited luxury item that there is. Maybe next to like Rolexes, but the Louis Vuitton Neverfull, the Louis Vuitton Speedy, you know, these key monogram pieces that are their staples have been counterfeited so many times. Every time I see a Neverfull now, I'm always like, is that real? Is that fake? I always try to look at the seam on the back to see if it lines up, where the LVs are. You know, I'm always trying to see if it's fake or not. And I just feel like if I got one of those bags, I would be constantly thinking that as well. Maybe nobody else thinks like that. Maybe that's just like a me problem, but that is part of the reason as to why I do not want a Louis Vuitton canvas monogram piece. The third one, people are probably saying, well, if you don't like the canvas, why not just go for the leather? Louis Vuitton leather pieces are wildly expensive. Like, their canvas pieces are more or less the same price as some of the other houses' leather pieces. Like, 2 to 3,000 for a canvas bag, and then if you go to Celine, it's like 3,000, 2 to 3,000 for a leather bag, under 2,000 for a canvas bag. So the pricing structure is definitely more elevated, I would say. Quality, I don't have much experience with it. I'm not the Louis Vuitton customer, but the leather pieces that I have seen, that I have played with, are very nice. They're very nice, but I just don't view them worth the money. Like 5,000 to 6,000 for a twist bag. My mom has one of those. It's very pretty, it's very cute, but I'm just like, okay. Like, I don't know, I don't feel anything for these bags. They don't give me anything. They're just sort of there. They're just like pieces of leather that are just there. The only one that I would consider getting is the Capucines bags. Obviously, that's like their Birkin. It's their one that they really go out on. And I could see myself getting one of those, maybe in like the mini or the BB sizes. But the pricing on them is like 8,000 to start for a tiny, tiny little bag. So, I don't see one in my future because I would rather spend that money over multiple bags from different houses that are a bit more unique. But I can see the appeal of those, but they're just a little too expensive. And my last one, which sort of touched on a little bit throughout, is that I just don't really like any of the designs. I really don't find myself gravitating towards them. I do like the Petite Malle, but again, it's over $6,000-7,000 for a trunk, which is cute. Like, the idea is cute, and like I could see myself carrying it around, but I just don't know, you guys. Like, I don't really like the designs. I feel like they're one of the houses that produces the most. They seem to have a collection every week. They're, the luxury fast fashion one. They're like always pushing something out. So if you don't like this one, then chances are you like the one next week. But there's just so much product. Like, I went on Louis Vuitton's product page for the handbags, and there was like 500 bags on there. And I was sort of like, that's a lot. That's a lot of product, and it's almost overwhelming to go through, and I just don't vibe with any of it. I find lately it looks very, well, obviously it's consumption oriented, but I feel like there's lacking a little bit of the design element, or like Jessie Styles touched on this in one of her videos actually. It's sort of like the collections don't mean anything. They're just sort of excuses to push a product. Like the In the City or something, and it was just like what does that have to do with anything? It was like, it didn't really make sense. And I feel like lately there's just been a bit more of that, where it's just like they want to push these products, they want to push these collections, and then they make up a reason behind it. I feel like before there was a lot more thought, or there was a lot more thought and design and creativity into the reasoning behind the collection, into the lore, the legacy, the mystery, the history of the collection. But now it's just sort of like, here's another bag. There are actually a lot of brands that I do not have products from. This was very interesting for me to go into and figure out sort of why. Why don't I have these bags? They're just as good as every other bag. A lot of people seem to love them. Why don't I love them? So if there are other brands that you notice that I don't have, like Dior, Chanel, Fendi, Gucci, Balenciaga, oh my god, I have less than I have, if that makes sense. So if there are ones that you want me to talk about, let me know down below. If you liked this video and are not already subscribed, please do so now. I'll link Mary's information down below if you want to check her channel out. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, guys.